Hey guys, welcome back to Lisa Stabenow Art. So we are just going to organize. That's what this video is. Everything here, I showed a short. I organized all the paintbrushes, everything over there, and I'll put that in this video at the end when I'm showing you everything organized. I'll talk about what's over there. But we're just going to organize all of this, and I'll show you down here at my feet, kind of behind the cardboard. Anyway, down here is a mess. I'll bring you down here so you can see, and we're going to organize it. And the reason, well, anyway, let's get into this video. I also wanted to talk to you about being an artist. As you can see, I'm kind of a chaotic artist, which, you know, it happens. Nothing to be ashamed of. But it's not just chaos. I was recently diagnosed as ADHD. I am, yes, a very proud member of the neurodivergent community now. This diagnosis really came as no shock to anybody that knows me. My husband used to say I was the Energizer Bunny because I never sat down. My kids were not shocked. Nobody was shocked. So, anyway. That's where we're at with that. It's official now, where before it was always possible. We think so, but now it's official. Even my mom was like, yeah, I know that. Why are you telling me this? So, anyway, I have my own techniques. Obviously, I'm in my late 50s. I have my own techniques I've developed over the years for getting things done. And staying organized is one of those really important things. After I developed CRPS from my ankle, staying organized became that much more important. And it kind of figures because CRPS is a nerve disease. So anyway, what we're going to do is start with my desk, which you can see, and we'll go from there. I'm going to quit talking. Oh, now on my creative channel, because I have one of those too, it's totally different than my art channel, totally separate. I'm going to organize that part of the room too, so you guys are only going to get this part of the room, and that channel will get that part of the room. One shelf over there is art, and that's it. One top of one shelf. You'll see that. That's it. My desk chair is full of stuff. I've got journals. I'm just going to kind of take all the creative stuff and kind of push it out of view. This is my pad. If you're new to my channel, I don't even know if I've shown it on this channel. Maybe. If you're new, when I'm painting, I have this sketchbook, and it's from Daso, the Japanese multi-dollar store now. Used to be dollar store. I'm not hating on them. I actually love them, and next time I go back to Dallas, we're going to go again. But this came from there. Love this. Good size. But I wipe my paint brushes on there when I'm painting, just so the paint doesn't go to waste. And you might be like, yeah, but isn't it still going to waste? And I'm like, no, because I get happy accidents, and this is an abstract. I'm going to frame this. You're going to see. It's an abstract. You have some that aren't anything yet, and that's fine too. We're getting there. We're just not there yet. This one's finished. This one needs to be framed, and I will tear these out. A lot of them are kind of midway. I was going to show you some of the finished ones though. But that's like midway, you know, just started, wiped my brush on it. Okay, this is one that finished, and I call this the abstract tree. And again, this one, these are just me wiping my paintbrushes off. And that's it. So there's some finished in here, some not. But I love the colors of this one. But what is it going to be? Is it going to be an abstract? Right now, it's nothing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll come back and paint something over these. Right now, it's not anything. Again, right now, it's nothing. This one. So, it's always fun to see, and some of these have multiple layers of paint on them. This one's almost to the point where it's going to be done. We're getting there. And will I go back and finish these? Yeah, I will. For now, though, most of them are going to stay being paintbrush wipes and see what comes from it. Like this one took a tree, but what's all this gonna be? I don't know. You can see what it was to begin with, just some weird doodles. It's fun if you don't have some place to wipe your excess paint off. Oh, here's one more tree. If you don't have somewhere to wipe all the excess paint off, you should, because if you don't waste paint. See, I mean, I've got lots of, it's full, there's something on every page, but I'd say 80% is not finished. So let me go back to where can I create, and I wish you could feel how heavy these pages are, how coated in paint. I think we'll go with, this one kind of looks like islands to me. Like you're flying overhead. Anyway. I think we'll pull this one up. And this is going to be our next page that we just wipe our brush on. Oh, and like I said, I do go in, and if something starts to take shape, I will finish it. I'll finish this one. Probably randomly, because it's just the background, so it will probably end up being just brush wipes. Now this one, because I brush wiped and made purple trees, I will come back and probably make this one purple. Maybe. It depends. Maybe I have a color on my brush and I'm like, oh, that's the top of a tree. And I come back to this page. Then this is done. I don't know. But anyway. Next time I paint, this is going to be the page that gets the brush wipes. And I just have it like this, sitting on my desk, and I just go wipe my brush, excess paint off. Okay. So for now, we're just going to put that right there. Now you can see my little cart here, which isn't too bad. Got some cotton balls, oil paints, all my different paints here. My more chemical stuff down there. I have some watercolor pencils, which I'm gonna put over behind me on the shelf. You can see I have my Molotov, these markers down here, and I'm trying to get them to stand up. I also have some of my Posca pens down there, the Posca markers. because I like for all of them to stand up. Nothing runs out of them so fast and they don't dry up. Okay, I have my Gamblin oil paints here. And then I'm gonna put my baby wipes here. And I use the very sensitive skin ones. And then I've got all these paintbrushes that go in this pocket. This is a big one. That go in this pocket right here. This is the small paintbrushes. And then this one is all of the larger paintbrushes. Here's my new paint palette, which I like. I'm just gonna set it right there. I have a bag for squunching, making patterns, and I have a napkin, which I'm just gonna put on top of my baby wipes. Okay, now the top part is all the different paints. I have all my Liquitex and Master paints. The Master are these, they're Hobby Lobby's version. If you watch me when I first started painting, all I painted with was craft paints, which are fine. Deco Art has artist paints, they have craft paints. I love Deco Art and I still buy them and they're way less expensive. But I will tell you, I love the Liquitex Basics. I like the Liquitex Heavy Bodies, which are these that I got for Christmas. And I love these. Love the the heavy bodies. They're expensive, which is why I'll probably stick with the basics and just get, I mean, even like one tube of this was like, and it's only half, it's like this size, was like $20-something. But I did notice during the war, with gas prices being high, art supplies went up too. So I'm hoping that now supposedly everything's over or going to be over, that prices will go down. I found the other set, there's like 4 trays of the Liquitex Heavy Body, and I have the yellows turned weird because those are the ones I was using. So I like these. I'm gonna put these down here on I think what I'm going to do is have to move my baby wipes. Oh, the baby wipes, the paper towels, the bag, everything of that nature. The baby wipes, everything are going to, the baby wipes, the baby wipes are going to sit on the bottom shelf with the solvents, the gesso, the orange glow paint that I use for underneath paintings. The cotton balls I got from Say in a makeup gift. The cotton balls, they threw those in there, I guess, to apply the makeup. Those are going to go on the bottom. So I'm going to put all my heavy body acrylics in this shelf. And they'll fit right there. And I have the yellows right on top, so if I need them. And then I'm going to set my paint palette back on there. I did do a tour of this cart. I'll link it for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to grab all my Liquitex Basics off my desk. And the Master paint. I do like the red. I'll admit, I like the red. And I love the white. Guys, the white, titanium white, it's so thick. I love mixing it, and just, I love the thickness of the Masters when I want them to be thick. And they are cheaper than the Liquitex Basic. You know what? I just figured that out. Okay, the Basics are what I use all the time. They're not that thick. They're Liquitex. The Masters, which I wasn't that fond of just for daily use, these are more like the Liquitex heavy bodies, and I do like these because they're very thick, all colors. So yeah, I do like them. They're just not the Basics, they're the heavy bodies. Makes sense. So anyway, guys, back to my diagnosis. Like I said, I am honored to be a member of the neurodivergent family. Very proud. Been this way my whole life, as long as I can remember. I have a lot of the Liquitex now, a lot of greens, because you know I do nature, so ton of greens. You know what? I kind of hate to put the ones I'm using. Full. Okay, these are the two greens that are open that I'm using. So we're gonna put those up front. And then this is the light green, and I can tell because they're all real. In fact, I'm about to use them on the painting on my easel, so. You know what? I'm gonna pull all the ones that aren't open yet out of here, because I don't need multiple. See, I'm getting all the ones that are duplicates, like are not in use. This one's never been opened. We'll pull that one out. And these two have never been opened. I'm gonna pull those out. Okay, I'm gonna put in the ones I am currently using. This one's not open yet. I'm gonna pull it out. You know what? You guys come over here. Okay guys, we're about to take all these extra paints on my desk and put them away because these are all duplicates or all paint colors in the brand of craft paint I'm not using. The latex are duplicates. First, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the watercolor off my desk. And I'm gonna stick it on this shelf. Now, fortunately, the shelves right here are all organized. And at the end, we'll go through all of this, I promise. But for now, the watercolor, this is all the watercolor paints right here. We're going to put that there. This is a palette to go, and this is a mini on-the-go acrylic set that we will test out soon. Okay, I'll show you the shelves when we're done. I have all these little plastic tubs, and each tub is a different color. The green has 2 tubs. Shocker, right? Not if you know me. And also in the tubs, I have multiples of the latex greens. And I have this green, and this green. And then I have the dark greens up there. So multiple greens. So what I'm going to do is get all the green paints, and I'm going to put them in my green tubs. So we'll get them off my desk up there and put them in here. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay the Liquitex paints kind of on there, and then we'll put a lid if the lid will close. I don't know if the lid will close or not. Maybe if I do it like that. Okay, so here is... Oh, well, it doesn't work because that's not the right lid. Okay, here we go. find the right lid, then maybe I can get more green paint. Oh, there we go, finally. Okay, so we're gonna put 2 green paints in, hopefully. And the lid. Alright, and there is our first tub of green paints. And I can see the color, which makes it perfect. Now we're going to go to our second tub of green paint and put our craft paints in first. So, I'm going to try to get this where y'all can see. There's a whole bunch of paint right here. I moved all these bottles of paint that were on my desk down here. We're doing green, so there's only one of these little greens down here, maybe 2. Oh, well, that one's empty. That one needs to go in the trash. There's 2. Here's the other one. Okay, so in here I have my Liquitex basic paints that need to go in here as well. So we might try to do it like that, and maybe like that. And then we're gonna put the lid on. Maybe if I do the other way. There we go. So this is my second set of green. There we go. Here's the first one. So all the greens are done. I'm going to move them out of the way. And I'll show you what I do with these as we get them stacked up. Now these bigger paints I have, they go behind me. See right here? That's where these go, and I'm just gonna put them. I have like a little Lazy Susan thing right here, and I just put the big ones on there. Or if they don't fit, I put them just on the shelf. Okay, back to around here. Okay, we're going to do the gray paints next because there's quite a few grays. This is a blue gray, but it's called Payne's Gray. Love the color. And I love that paint. It's a good paint. And we're just going to put all of our grays in here. I have a bunch of those Payne's Grays because I just bought a bunch because I ran out, and there's nothing worse than having to wait on a paint order. Okay, that's all the grays, not full. And yes, you can make grays. You can. I just wasn't at that point yet but I'm getting there. Okay, so there's grays. We're gonna put that out of the way. This is our purples. Okay, that's all of our purples right there. Boom. Purples are done. This is browns, tans, that sort of thing. And I have one bleached sand. It goes in there. And that's it for that one. Okay. Tans, browns, all those colors done. Now we're going to pull the blues. The blues are full, and I probably could really use a second blue container, which I might have to invest in. I got these containers off of Amazon, these, and you got like 3 or 4. They're great. I probably got 3 in a set, which is great. And this paint goes in. No, this is purple. Oops. Let's go back to our purple and put our purple in. Liquitex purple. See, it's easy to find. I stack them, but I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, these are blues. This is done. There is a lid under here. Okay. So blue's done. Now we're going to get yellows and oranges, which yellows, oranges right here. Quite a few yellows, oranges, and tans, flesh tones in here. And I'm going to put the extra white in here. Okay. And then we're going to put our lid on. The ones with the gray lids and the ones with the clear lids came from Amazon. I'll link, both sets. Okay, so this is our yellows, tans. And then this is our reds, our oranges, and our pinks. Oh, the white can go in there. So this is reds, oranges, and pinks in here. I think I will take this one out and put it behind me. And I'm going to put our peaches in here. I think I need a second one for pink peaches too. I might have to order me some. Let's see here. That's old. I will get rid of that one. It is good to go through your paints, and if they are old, I mean, they're not going to do a good job for you. That didn't look good. Just so check your paints, especially if it's colors you've had for a while, because you never know. Some of these are old. So I have a ton of pinks and oranges that need their own color. So what I may do, just so they don't lay on their sides, because paint's laying on their sides in craft paints is really bad. So what I may do is put them in with the grays until I can get another one for my pinks. So I'm going to order another set of 3 of these, because honestly the yellows, I forgot to put the mustard yellow in with the yellows. The yellows probably could use another one too. And like I said, they come a set of 3 and they're like $9 or $12. So, but until I get them, I'm going to take my extra pinks and oranges and put them in here with my grays if I have room. I'm not going to leave them because that would totally drive me nuts. But I am going to stick them in here for now. And then I have some Liquitex pinks to go in here as well. So see, that's pink and grays. So we definitely need another one for pinks and blues. So ordering 3 more would be great, because that'd give me an extra red, orange, pink, an extra yellow, cream, tan, and an extra blue. So we will do that. This one goes in here too. Like I said, I definitely need some more. So we'll order that supply. Okay, so these are trash. All of these are trash. These are old. They look bad. This one's empty. Alright, so after I get to this point, what do? I stack them. Because if I need to go, or if I'm running out of color and I'm in the middle of painting, having them in color-coded sections or containers really helps. Now, the colors I pull the least are probably the purples and the grays. So I'm going to put the grays on bottom. And I just stack them here. They're out of my way. They're not bothering me. And then the purples, I'm going to stack on the bottom right there. And where are the greens, you say? They're right here, and they kind of just go in front on their own because greens are the most used paint. And both of the greens are full. Like, both of these containers of greens are full. But I love this system. Each paint is kept separate. I know where they are. Easy to find. If I wanted to, this is a dead space in here between my chest, which is right here, and this bookshelf right here. All I have in here are some papers that I'm going to use in my art for my solo show. These are specialty papers from Jerry's Artarama. Love these. But they're right there. What I can do is, as I get more of these, I can shove them down in there for storage. And if I need in this, yes, if I need in my chest, yes, it's a pain, but there's nothing in there, so I don't need it in there. I got smart and quit putting stuff in it. So, alright. We're going to get up now, and we're going to finish cleaning our desk, and then we'll do kind of a little tour of the art section. Wow, that looks way better. Very happy. Still not clean though. We're going to put all of our pads of paper, because I have been painting on paper a lot, and put them against here with our specialty paper. Go. Now, these clips all go on these cardboard for when I paint on specialty papers. So I'm just going to clip them all on here. Then I'm going to take all the different sizes, because I have large, sort of large, and smallish. And I'm going to, these are just some papers that have some color on them. I'm going to show you. These are going to go behind the door, so you can't see that, but trust me, that's where they're going. There's already some more cardboard back there. Yeah, you heard that. This is my desk all cleaned off. You come over here. Here is our tubs of paint. This is the brushes. That's some paints that come in tubes. Markers that aren't part of any type of sets that I don't really use. They're just there. Paint brushes, stuff to sponges, plastic forks, knives, alcohol wipes, gloves. This box has napkins, and that's air, that's paper, that's all kinds of paper. Then on this shelf, of course, we have more markers, glues. On here, we have more paint markers. We have oil pastels, oil sticks, more oils, inks. Then we have watercolors and some oils. And then on the bottom, more acrylic paints. And then up here is our art books, and then our one shelf over here, which is our sketchbooks and stuff. So guys, that's it. We got all the paints off my desk. We got them organized. Now we can start painting on this, which is going to be flowers and a bug or two. It's all part of the same show. Thanks for being here today, guys. I will see you next week, and we will do something else art related. Take care. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and click that little bell. Bye.